This is a video about All-in-One Calendar by Timely. You'll find the All-in-One Calendar on your sidebar. It'll look like this. It'll have a little check mark and it'll say Events. When you click on Events, you'll see a list of all the events you have coming up. Couple things to know about events. Events are basically posts that are special. So everything you know about posts applies, except events have some special stuff attached to them. So their event categories are a great way to separate the events that you offer by region or by type. So obviously in this example, we're separating them by region. Just like pages, categories can be nested inside each other. So we have a top level category named Hawaii, and we have a subcategory named Kona. So anytime somebody says, show me all the events in Hawaii, anything that's categorized Kona, North Kohala, Puna, Waimea is going to show up. So that's a way to kind of group things together. The other thing to be aware of for events are event tags here on the left. Tags are a little bit more freeform. They're sort of another set of categories. And what I've done here in this example is I've set the tags to be the kind of event that it is. So meditation, poetry, walk. If you had another kind of event, so you did a dance jam, that could be added here. And it's just another way for people to say, hey, I want to know when some poetry stuff is coming up. So let me filter through that. Let's take a quick look at the settings, and then we'll dive into an event in particular. These are the settings. Week starts on Sunday. That's for the calendar view, where you want Timely to put a calendar. And then it has some options to customize the views that are available. And I've set those up. And it's basically whether it's on a desktop or a mobile, and you can enable or disable view, and you can set the default, which I've done. All right. And you probably won't need to futz with the rest of these, but this is where you'll find the settings for the Timely calendar if you do need to get in and alter some of them. All right, let's go into an event. So the first thing you'll notice is it's asking where you are, because it's going to try to set the default location, the time zone based on where you are. I'm going to say don't allow because I'm paranoid, or it's not useful for it to think that I'm in California when the events are in Hawaii. Okay, this event, the title of the event is what's going to show in the calendar. We set the event date time. You can say an event is all day, and then it won't have start and end times. And this is a standard calendar picker, so you can say when the event starts and ends. So this one is 8:30 to 10:30. It's in the Honolulu time zone. It's important to set the time zone, otherwise things get weird. Alrighty. Event location details. You can put name of the address here. You can put anything you want there. The address field, it's going to try to look up, and you can say if you want to show a Google map or not. And it will try to do its best to locate your event. You can say how much the event is. These are free. You can also provide an external registration URL. Say you're organizing the event, you're publicizing it through Eventbrite, or you have limited seats. Eventbrite will give you a registration URL that will work here, and other services will too, like brown paper tickets and the like. Organizer contact information. This is any information that you want to give out about how to get in touch with you about this event. It'll all show in the event itself. And then we get to the all-important base recurrence event. So what this is pointing at is it's saying, I've chosen to edit one event in a series, in a recurring series of events. This is the event that's going to happen on February 28th. There are obviously more. I can customize this text here just like any other post or page. I can go in behind the scenes and do HTML things. I can insert sliders. Those changes will only affect this particular event that's happening on February 28th. If you want to change all of the events, you'd go to the parent event by clicking here. Now we're going to see one additional thing that's very interesting in the dates and times here at the top, is that it repeats monthly on the first Saturday for 3 occurrences. By setting up this repeat, this is how you can have an event that happens multiple times that you only have to set up once. So this is a really easy way to do that. And then, unless you change anything, you'll only get one instance of that event in your list of timely events for that whole series. So you can keep them together in one event. You can edit them all together, like say the venue changes or you want to put in some more details. You can do that here. That's a little confusing. So I'm going to go through starting a new event. And this one's called Walking on the Wild Side. Poetry Walk in Kona. No, in Volcano, which we don't have yet. So this is going to be a nice long walk. And we're going to say repeat, and this is where we tell it how to repeat. So I'm going to say this is going to happen monthly on the first Saturday. Oops, first Saturday. And it'll end, we're only going to do it through May. And I hit apply, and it creates this repetition that you see here. And then I can go on and fill in the event details and everything else. Now, since we separate things out by place, this one's happening in Volcano, I would need to go and say add new category, and I would say Volcano, which I apparently don't know how to spell. And I would say it's a Hawaiian event, so Hawaii Volcano, and I'd say add new category. And then once I did that, I would say publish. And that's how you do that. I'm going to move this to the trash so it doesn't show up in the real calendar. Alrighty. Another way that you can quickly copy an event and customize it is, say you were going to do some awakening to the deepest truth of who you really are, but you weren't going to do it in Waimea. You were going to do it in South Africa. So I could go here and I could say clone, and I could say clone this item, and it'll create a new item. And then I can go in and change that, and it's separate from this original event. So that's a way to keep from having to do a bunch of the work that you've already done over and over again. And actually, one of the things that I do when I know I'm going to have to resend events over and over again is I'll make an event that is set in the past. So it doesn't show up on the calendar, and I'll title it template. And that way I can go, and that's the one I keep up to date, and I just clone it when I need a new version. I update all the information as needed. And so that's one little scheme. Alrighty, I hope that was useful.